Hello everyone, and you're welcome to another insightful session right here on this channel. I go by the name Tete, and I create content on Erasmus Mundus Scholarships. If this is the first time you're watching any video on this channel, I'm glad that you are here. Kindly hit on the subscribe button for me. Also hit on the post notifications so that as and when I release a new video, you would be notified. So I was going through the Erasmus Mundus catalog a few days ago, and I realized that when I was highlighting the programs that you could apply for using your bachelor's degree in social work, I omitted one very important program. And I believe I have to share this program with you because it wasn't sitting right with me. So I had to make this quick video to share that particular program with you. So without wasting much time, let's just jump into the video for today. So this is the program that I was referring to: Education, Migration and Diversity. It's known as EduMake, according to the Erasmus Mundus catalog. So if you watch my video on how to navigate the Erasmus Mundus catalog, this program can be found there. And the link is going to be in the description, so don't fret. I'm just going to put the link there so you have easy access to this program. Okay, so let's look at this program very well and see how you can apply for this program. And mind you, if you have a bachelor's degree in social work, you could apply for this program. Also, we are going to look at the other degrees that you can have that makes you eligible to apply for this program. Okay, so education, migration and diversity. So this is the home page. Okay, so now you can just scroll down and then you're going to read all about the program, the duration, the core universities, okay, the start date, the application date. Okay, now let's look at the very important thing has to do with the entry requirements. That is the eligibility criteria. Once we look at that, we can just look at the documents required, look at the cost and funding involved. Of course, we are applying for the Erasmus Mundus scholarship component of this program. Then we can quickly look at the application portal, and then you are good to go to put in your application. Okay, so now let's start with the entry requirements. So it takes us to the entry requirements page, and now let's read. The program builds upon a first degree such as a bachelor's degree or equivalent qualification in a field related to EduMake. Okay, so education, diversity and migration, such as social sciences, history, cultural studies, educational sciences, or applied linguistics. A bachelor in teacher education is also possible. Okay, so if you have a bachelor's degree in the social sciences, that is social work, sociology, political science, and you have relevant experience when it comes to education, diversity, or migration, then you can apply for this program. And as someone who studied for a bachelor's degree in social work, we studied different forms of diversity. We did some things on migration, and also there's a school social work aspect, which also falls on the theme education. So with your social work degree, you can definitely apply for this program. Also, if you have a bachelor's degree in history, in cultural studies, in educational sciences, in applied linguistics, or in even teacher education, you can also apply for this program. Okay, so you can also read about the multilingualism of the program, and preference will be given to qualified applicants with relevant professional experience in the field. Okay, so if you have professional experience in the field of education, in the field of diversity, in the field of migration, this is a good program for you to apply to, especially coming from the social work aspect. You should be able to inculcate this experience in your statement of purpose, as well as how it relates to your educational background, and that is going to enable you get into the program. Okay, so once we scroll down here, we can look at the documents that are required for the application. First, you need the CV. I would advise you to use the Europass CV format. The link to create that is going to be in the relevant resources section in the description of the video. Same for the motivation letter or the statement of purpose. Okay, then you also need your bachelor's degree or your master's degree. If you already have a master's degree, you can still apply for this program, only if you have never been on an Erasmus Mundus master's scholarship. It is always important to specify in your statement of purpose the reason why you are applying for this program. Okay, you would also need your high school diploma, that is your WASI certificate as well. Then a proof of nationality, that is your passport. You would also need an English language proficiency. Okay, so if once you studied in a university where English was the medium of language, just get an English proficiency letter from your university, and that would suffice for the language requirement. Okay, so if you are currently employed, then you need your certificate of employment. If you are on an internship, you need an internship letter. If you are doing any voluntary work relevant to the field of education, migration, and diversity, it is very, very needed here. So I would advise that you have relevant experience to increase your chances of being selected for the program. Okay, however, if you are just coming out of school, I know for social work we do some field work, some practical field work during the before you enter the fourth year, especially at the University of Ghana. There's also the concurrent field work that you do during the fourth year that can count for relevant experience. And then you also need two letters of reference. Okay, so academic and or professional. I would advise you to have one academic and then one professional, so that it balances. However, if you have two academic references, that's fine. And then if you have two professional references, you should only use that if you do not have one academic reference. I know the hassle when it comes to getting letters of reference. So if you do not get at least one academic reference, you can use the professional reference. Okay, so let's look at the cost and funding. Okay, so this is the Erasmus Mundus component. You are going to receive a scholarship that is 1,400 euros per month for 24 months. There's also health insurance, and then you pay no tuition fee. Okay, so the rest is for self-funded. We are not interested in that. Our main interest has to do with the scholarship. Okay, now let's look at the application portal. Okay, so this is the application portal. This website is so simple, it makes everything easy and accessible. Okay, so once you scroll down, this is the application portal, and it states here that here you can apply for the scholarship funded study place in the Erasmus Mundus Master Education, Migration and Diversity from 15th December to 15th February 2026. Okay, so the portal is not yet open, so you have ample time to get your documents and your particulars together, and then once the portal opens, you should be able to put in your application. So you have more days to get your documents in place. That is on the 15th of December, you can start your application, and then the deadline is on the 15th of February. So you have ample time to put in your application. Once it's 15th December, you can just click on apply. I clicked on apply, but since the portal is not open, you will not be able to start your application. Okay, that is why you see this here. Okay, but once the portal is open and you click on apply now, you would be able to apply for your program. So all you have to do is wait for the 15th of December, put in your application, and then you are good to go. So you can read after acceptance and the rest. You can explore all those angles as well. Okay, so this is the program. I would be leaving the link to the program page in the description of this video so that you can have direct access to the program website and then explore. You have ample time to prepare for this application and then to put in a successful one as well. Also, you can always revert to the relevant resources section in the description of the video to have access to everything that you need to apply for an Erasmus Mundus Scholarship. So stick and stay, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Stay blessed, and I am out.